Hey everyone. Today, we're going to dive into a really powerful thought experiment. It's one of those mental puzzles that kind of forces you to look at a huge question. How can we really be sure about the things we believe?
It sounds a lot like the beginning of a joke, but trust me, the punchline is, well, it's not funny. In fact, it's one of those things that can completely change your perspective. It gets right to the heart of what it even means to be certain about something.
All right, so here's how it goes. Picture a room, and in this room we're going to place 4 people. But these aren't just random folks. They're all brilliant, kind, deeply thoughtful people, each coming from a completely different worldview. And this is super important. We're not setting up straw men here just to knock them down. No way. These are the best of the best from their respective traditions. We're talking about a celebrated professor, a community's beloved imam, a humble and dedicated priest, and a renowned Hindu scholar. Each one is smart, articulate, and completely sincere in their beliefs.
Okay, now it's your turn to jump in. The first move is simple. Just pick the person in that room you identify with the most. And I mean really get into it. Feel that sense of conviction in your bones. That feeling that what you believe isn't just an opinion, it's the truth.
All right, got it? Hold on to that feeling of certainty. But now, I want you to do something a little different. Take the focus off yourself for a second and just watch the other 3 people in the room. This is where it gets really interesting. Look at them. These are not dumb people, right? They're not lazy thinkers. They've spent their entire lives studying, praying, contemplating. And here's the kicker. When they look inside, they feel the exact same sense of absolute conviction that you do. That same gut feeling that says, yes, this is it, this is true.
So that single observation backs us into a corner. It presents us with this logical fork in the road. And there's no third option. You have to pick a path.
This is the big question, the whole point of this exercise. When you're sitting there, faced with 3 other kind, smart, totally certain people who believe something completely different, which of these next 2 possibilities is more likely?
Okay, so here's the choice. It's pretty stark. Possibility A. The human brain is capable of creating a powerful, profound feeling of certainty about things that are completely false. Or possibility B. You are a fundamentally different kind of human being than those other 3 people. That's it. It has to be one or the other.
Let's be real. That second option is a tough pill to swallow, isn't it? I mean, are you really a different kind of being? We all have the same basic brain wiring, the same human hardware. To say your certainty is the real one and theirs is fake, well, you'd need some pretty special reason for that. And there just isn't one. So that kind of forces our hand, right? We're left with possibility A.
And boom, that's the punchline. The big takeaway. The feeling of being right is not evidence that you are right. Let that sink in. Your brain can cook up the entire experience of truth, that feeling of total clarity and certainty, even when you're completely, utterly wrong. And if it can do that for those 3 brilliant people in the room, guess what? It can do it for you, too.
Okay, I know that sounds a little bleak, but it doesn't have to be. It actually points us towards a solution, a way out. If we can't trust our own internal truthometer, then we have to look for proof outside of ourselves. It means that finding the truth isn't a solo mission.
And that right there is why something like the scientific method is so brilliant. It's not just another belief to add to the pile in the room. It's a system, a process, that's built on one core idea. Our brains can trick us. You could even say it's humility encoded into a set of rules. And how does it work? Well, it's actually pretty straightforward. You have an idea? Great. You put it out there for other people to poke holes in. They try to get the same results you did. And here's the beautiful part. Whether they succeed or fail, everybody learns something. We, as a group, get a tiny bit less wrong over time. The trust isn't in any one person's brain. It's in the process itself.
So, okay, that's great for science, but what about the rest of us? How are we supposed to live our lives knowing this? Well, this whole thought experiment points to a really useful mindset. You could call it confident humility.
What does that mean? It's like this. You have to hold your beliefs firmly enough to actually do things, to make choices and get on with your life. But you also have to hold them loosely enough that you're willing to change your mind if better evidence comes along. It's a balancing act.
And that really brings us full circle. The most important thing to remember is that the room, it isn't just a mental game. It's a metaphor for, well, for all of us. We are all in that room every single day. Each of us with our deeply held beliefs, just trying to figure it all out.
So where does that leave us? It means that if there's a bell that rings for truth, it doesn't ring inside any one of our skulls. If it rings at all, it rings out there, in the world, in the space between us. And it's a sound we can only ever hope to hear when we're listening, together,